Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the IHUNTA Fishing Channel. We are back here in Neah Bay, and we are going to be trying to catch as many different species of fish as possible. The vast majority are going to be game fish. I've lived here for a year now. I think I've learned a thing or two, so hopefully I can catch a fair amount of species. Anyways, with that said, let's get to fishing. All right, so as y'all can tell, it is very foggy out today. So I'm going to be sticking close to shore because I'm a small kayak and I don't want to get run over. Anyways, for rockfish out here, this is primarily the type of jig I like to use, a P-line Laser Minnow. They look just like the bait around here, which is Pacific herring. And they're all about this exact size, so this works perfectly for pretty much everything. The only thing about lingcod, if they try and get a hold on this, they would probably cut the line. So anyways, we're gonna try and see what lives around this kelp right here. This is bound to get a fish right here. Oh, there's a fish. First fish of the day. Coming up. Doesn't seem that big. Ah, classic. Look at that thing, not even hooked. It's just, the lure's just wedged in there. All right, so that previous rockfish, I've 513 species of fish. I've never had one wedged in the jaw like that. Anyways, this is the next one we got here. This is a black rockfish. They are a schooling species of rockfish that commonly comes near the surface. And you'll usually find them, I guess, kind of like inshore near structure. And yeah, they get pretty big, they're pretty tasty. Probably the most, one of the most harvested fish out here. It definitely completes some coolers, I'd say. So yeah, black rockfish going back. And usually where you find one, you will find a bunch more. There he goes. Also with that species a lot, you'll find them blowing up on the surface on bait, especially at night. They get really active at night. Also, this region is extremely popular for salmon. I have never seen a recreational boat out here. Pretty much everything is just fishing. I'd say at least 90% of those boats are going for salmon right now. Let's see if we can get another species of rockfish here next to G1. Another fish on here. What could it be? Ooh, quillback rockfish. Nice. So that is a quillback rockfish. They are one of the more common species of rockfish that live on the bottom near shore. But compared to coppers, the other really common one, this one doesn't really go that deep. I haven't really found them that deep. And they tend to like wander over sand more than other rockfishes I've found in the area. So quillback rockfish, when they're bigger, they get really pronounced spines in their dorsal fin, which is how they get their name. Oh, there's a fish. Oh, spit it. Will it come back? There we go. Got it. Oh, look at that. It's another species. Oh, that we have never displayed on the channel before. That is a kelp greenling. Whoa, let me get a better view here. There are two common species of greenling in Neah Bay, that is kelp and rock. But rock, they have bigger cirri above the eyes, and nuptial males, they have red spots instead of blue spots. They're also very sexually dimorphic. Females of the kelp greenling, they'll be typically about this color, but they won't have the blue spots, whereas the males, they have heavy tessellations on the pectoral fins, blue spots, and dark pelvic fins. But yeah, this species, they do go kind of deep, but usually you'll find them like around jetties and stuff. And apparently they're really tasty. Oh, going back. That makes 3 species. Wow. What a beautiful morning. Oh, I missed this view. Relocating for flounder now. Here at the Flounder Grounds, just on the outside of Neah Bay here. Fishing with shrimp on the bottom on this sandy part. Hooked something, probably a flounder. It's fighting very lacklusterly and not really moving that much. It's probably a flounder. which is what we want. Singing. Oh yeah, that's a rock sole. Oh, it's a good one too. Oh boy, dude, that is a freaking rock sole. Dang. Son. Yeah, there's someone singing in the macaw language over there. You can hear everything this morning. It's so quiet and classy. But that is I believe a southern rock sole. So Leptosepta bilineata, I think. There's two species around here. The way you tell them apart is by looking for the discoloration in the myomeres versus the myocomata, which are those the bands of muscle and the interstices between the bands. So I think this is a southern because you can see a clear color difference. The other one is just plain white, but that is just about as big as they get. I've heard this species gets up to like 22 inches. This one's like 21 inches. 21? That is going to make a couple lunches and a couple dinners. I'm happy about that. Nice. Right on the bottom, and like I was in like 85 foot. We're drifting. Oh, also I'd be remiss not to mention this is probably the most common species you'll catch bottom fishing with shrimp in the entirety of the Puget Sound. But out here near the ocean, they don't really get a whole lot of parasites. Like this one has no parasites on it. If this was in Puget Sound, there would be like at least 10 parasites on the bottom of this thing. But this one, super clean. Oh, we got some. Ooh, that's a different kind of flounder. Nice. Here, I'll give you all a close up here. All right, y'all. So this stumped face flounder, I think it might have a little actual deformity there. This is, well, its eyes are on the other side, the left side, which makes it a sand dab in these parts. And there's only two species of sand dab around here. That is Pacific and speckled. And this one is definitely not speckled. It's the Pacific. It's even got that yellow tinge on the edges of the fins that Pacifics have. So that's a really big one too. Deep, big water, big fish. And it's raining on me now, just like the Pacific Northwest. Anyways, I also meant to mention that this one likes sandy bottoms, usually in calmer areas than the rock soles. The rock soles like a little bit of current where they're at, where these, they kind of like it a bit calm. That's a fish again. Fighting like a flounder of some kind. Fighting like a big one, actually. Ow. That spine's Ooh. Another rock sole. Alright, switching things up a bit, going for salmon. I was seeing some good marks down there in like 50 foot. But rig here is you gotta wait, a little bit of line, and then you got a dodger or a flasher, which is to call the fish in to the bait, and the bait will be either like a little squid imitator, yeah, any kind of like little hoochie squid imitation. And that's what it looks like underwater. If you can't tell, they like pink. Oh, there's some fish right there. Dropping down. And I almost forgot to mention, y'all have never seen this boat on the channel before. This is a Old Town 10.5 foot powered by Minn Kota, so it has a trolling motor on it, and I can pretty much go like 10 miles. There's a fish. That was fast. Yeah, I can go 10-mile range. Ooh, it's a fighter. At max of like 4 miles an hour. So as y'all saw, there's a whole cloud of fish down there, and we got one just right away. It did cost a pretty penny. It did cost a pretty penny, but it's worth it. Oh, lingcod. All right, this Pokemon here is called a LiQWYD. They are very closely related to the greenling. I usually hook them with treble hooks, and they have a bunch of big sharp teeth, so I kind of hate handling these things, but they get really big, and they're kind of quirky when you hook them, because they'll like come up pretty much to the boat very heavy but calmly, and then as soon as they see the boat, they'll just blast off and try and start freaking out and everything. But yep, very popular sport fish in the area. That's a small one. Going back. Also, just to show y'all what I caught that on here, it's kind of like the jig I showed y'all earlier, except the one earlier, it flutters more to the bottom. This one is just like dead weight. This is about 2 ounces, and I'd like to use these in about 40 foot or more. Even though the other ones might be more effective, it's hard to fish deeper water with such a light bait, so I use something like this 2 ounce, and I'll show y'all the method for fishing it here. All right, we are on a pile of fish right here, so hopefully I can show you all the method, but basically just toss it in, let it sink to the bottom. Might take a few seconds. And once it taps bottom, oh my gosh. Oh, got a fish, never mind. It might not have even reached bottom. That's Neah Bay for you. Just this Neah Bay, I mean, I've been all over the US, and this probably has like the highest just biomass of fish out of anywhere I've been in the US. Like, it's just loaded. Woohoo! Oh, the salmon, bro. That's a black rockfish chasing it. Oh, dude, it wants the jig, bro. Black rockfish going to town. But anyways, that is a much better specimen of a kelp greenling compared to earlier. Looks like someone hooked it before on the tail. Neat. Back goes. All right, let's see if I can show you all the method to fish this thing. So anyways, it touches bottom, then you can either jig it like this off the bottom, or a more popular way of doing things is to let it hit the bottom and then give it about 4 or 5 cranks of the reel up. Let it sit there for a second or two, and then let it drop back down. This is called yo-yoing, and it works better in deeper water for rockfish. This is the calmest I've ever seen it out here. I mean, it's glass, and it's 11 o'clock and it's still glassy out. It's almost like a little too calm. I feel like the worse the weather, the better the fishing is out here, at least. All right. There's a fish. All right, on the drop. Okay, so I'm after a very specific species with that cast. We are kind of in a heavy weather zone. I mean, it ain't heavy weather right now, but most of the year it's heavy weather, and there's a species of rockfish out here that kind of likes that stuff. Let's see if this is it. Oh, this might be it. No, that ain't it. It's just a big black rockfish. But yeah, literally, I mean, you can catch these all day long out here. I mean, just so much, just massive fish. It's crazy. There we go, got something. Right near the bottom. I'm guessing China rockfish. Ooh, yellowtail, bro. Yes. Yeah. And the boat. All right, this is a yellowtail rockfish, kind of like a black rockfish. It's just, you know, super yellow all around. And usually I find these species, they're kind of like mini niche, is that they'll go in deep water over humps. So like a lot of times, I think you'll see them in like 200 foot of water, and they'll be hovering off the bottom in like 120 foot, stuff like that. But this is one of the rockfish species you can keep around here. So I might keep that one. It is bleeding kind of bad. So fishing out here, you don't really need a fish finder. Like, you can just sit here and watch the swells, and wherever the swells get really big, like right here, that's where all the structure is. So that is where I want to catch a deacon rockfish. Cast into the big swell area and reel in near the surface, jigging the whole way. We can't find a deacon. Sometimes lingcod will come way up off the bottom to grab lures too. There's a fish. Ooh, that's a salmon right there. Gosh dang. Oh my gosh, bro. These salmon, they taunt me. There we go, that's a big quillback right there. A quillback rockfish. That's an adult. You can really see the spines on there, dude. Epic. And compared to copper, sometimes they can look kind of similar, but this one in the back, like third, is all dark on the body and the fins, and it's got like little freckles on its face too. So big spines on their noses as well. Now let's go back. On the bottom, how long will it take? There we go, there's a fish. About 4 seconds. Kelp greenling, black rockfish. There it is, right on the yo-yo. Woo, tugging. Come on back down. Ooh, lingcod. Good size ling. Yeah, 26 inches thereabouts. All right, camera died while I was reeling it in, but there is our, I believe, 8th. Sorry, I'm trying to pay attention to the boats around me here. There is our 8th species of rockfish for the day. That is a copper rockfish. Copper rockfish, probably like one of the top violations people get for fishing out here is keeping copper rockfish. Apparently you can never keep these species, and do not keep these this species here. But it is also venomous. I've been poked by it and it hurts a lot. This is probably like one of my least favorite species of fish to handle out here, but pretty neat. Kind of like the quillback in terms of like habitat preference and everything, except usually they do go a lot deeper. We're in like 118 foot right now. Caught at maybe like 105 foot. Yep. Very neat. Going back. Get a little chaotic out here. Let's see what this is. Alright, quillback rockfish. Going back. That's another reason I really like this kayak, is that it is extremely stable. There's a fish right on the drop. Oh, came off. Darn it, bro. Maybe it'll come back for it. Maybe it'll come back. A lot of fish around here are super aggressive, and they will come back for baits, even after like you've already fought them. There it is, on the way up. Oh yeah, good size ling. Man, that's like, it's gotta be like a 6-pounder. All right, big ling going back. There you go, there's a fish. Hey, dude, China, bro. So there's our China rockfish. Absolutely beautiful species of fish. It's kind of why I stuck in this spot during these harsh conditions. The further south you get into black and gold rockfish, but here it's just Chinas. And this is about as big as they get. They don't get very big at all. A lot of anglers don't really like catching them because you can't keep them, at least out here. But I mean, they're so beautiful. Shoot, I can catch that thing all day. Oh, beautiful fish. All right, we're gonna let it go and try and move behind the island here. I think that makes species number 9, so I want to catch one more and try and head to the other side of WADA here, the leeward side. In the summer, this is a very typical wind direction coming from the ocean over there, across Bohocus and into Neah Bay. And usually behind Wada is a really good spot when the wind starts picking up. So that island right there in front of town, that's Wada Island. Apparently there's mosshead warbonnets on it, but I've never searched it, the island proper, for mosshead warbonnets. I haven't found any at Bada Point. But yeah, apparently there used to be a Coast Guard base and they had more of the boats like in between those two pinnacles right there, which is kind of insane. All right, y'all, back with you on the other side of Wada here. Went to this little hump here that comes up from 120 to like 100 foot. And there is a 120 foot depth restriction around here. You can't fish deeper than that, but here it's based off a set of like 13 coordinates, and the coordinates determine where you can't fish shoreward of. So right now the edge of those coordinates is like right over here, so we're in the good. So like it could be 100 and it could be like 300 foot, but as long as you're like shoreward of those coordinates, you're fine. Or it could be like 40 foot, but if you're seaward of those coordinates and it's only 40 foot, then you're you shouldn't be doing that. Not allowed. There's something pretty good. Not moving. Get back to y'all when it comes to the surface, because we got a reel and 100 foot of line now. Oh, another quillback, bro. So many quillbacks today. There he goes. Might need to be descended. Down. Down. Go down. Okay. Well, let's break out the sending device. Okay. We got something down there with the jig. First fish with the jig. Get back to y'all when it comes up. Ooh, it's orange. It is orange. Okay. That is, I think that's a yellow eye. Yellow eye. That there is a tank of a yellow eye rockfish. There's another species around here that looks similar. It's called a canary rockfish, but canaries, they have white edges on their anal fin. At least I think this is a yellow eye. Yeah, it's got a yellow eye and everything. Oh, the white stripe down the side. That thing is an absolute tank, bro. Oh, cool. Look at those head spines too. Man, so cool. We'll get this one back. Oh, they're going to Siku. That's the other marina down the coast here, the straits. Kind of interesting. The Denzi Foss is coming. Oh, I got a fish. Look at that. The Denzi Foss is coming out. Usually they just come out at low tide, but I wonder if they have a case or something. Huh. This one feels kind of small. I like what I'm feeling. Oh, tiny yellow eye. Yep, that's what a juvenile yellow eye rockfish looks like. Pretty, dude. They are pretty. All right, we're definitely gonna descend this one. Yellowtail, going back. So of course my jig was falling down there, and halfway down, the GoPro battery died, so I was like, screw it, I'll just fish it anyways. And of course we got the 11th species of the day. That is a canary rockfish. Wow, look at all that black in the mouth. That's weird. Oh, I think I know why. I just saw a little tiny squid in there. I wonder if it got inked inside the mouth. That's funny. Canary rockfish, you can see the anal fin and pelvic fins have a pronounced white leading edge compared to the yellow eyes, even though the eyes are still kind of yellow. That's a canary. Let's see if it'll go down by itself. Nope, nope, it won't. Okay. Oh, maybe. Nope. Okay, break out the descending device. Well, with that said, we got 11 species. I'm gonna try for a cabezon on the way in, and I gotta be to work in like 50 minutes. So try and see if we can't land one more species. Oh well, no cabezon today. One day I will catch a cabby. All right, time to head in. Thank you all for watching. This has been the Neah Bay multi-species adventure. I'm glad I got to bring all y'all along with me for it, and I got to kind of document it for myself in the future, so I go back and watch and be like, wow, Neah Bay was really fun while I was here. We got, I think, 11 different species of fish. more flounder than usual. Those are pretty easy today for some reason, and a lot more China rockfish. So anyways, I got probably another video or two I want to do in Washington, so stay tuned for that, and I'll catch y'all next time.